What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hello, my friends. I'm Michael Unbroken, host of the Think Unbroken podcast and founder of ThinkUnbroken.com. And I'm honored to be your trauma coach and mentor because I believe that everyone is capable of getting unstuck, cultivating self-love, and becoming the hero of their own story. I believe that when implemented correctly, the practical tools and education you will receive from this show will help you lead an unbroken and extraordinary life. I believe that no matter what we come from, that we all have the ability to choose ourselves first, to create and manifest a powerful and grace-filled future and love the reflection in the mirror. I believe that every day is a day to grow, learn, heal, and change. That's why I started my company, ThinkUnbroken.com, which is an online training and healing and personal growth platform where you get everything that I know about how to get motivated, be accountable, get out of the vortex, and become the hero of your own story through community, connection, and commitment. For more information, visit ThinkUnbroken.com. Please listen closely as you may learn just one thing that will help you be unbroken. And please share this episode with at least 3 of your friends because we all need community and connection in our healing journey. And be sure to DM me and tag me on Instagram at Michael Unbroken so that I can say hi. I just want to thank you again for being a part of this, for listening and being a member of the Unbroken Nation. Now, let's get into today's show and make the world unbroken. Self-care isn't selfish. Self-care is how you take your power back. Layla Delia. There are so many scenarios in which people put themselves second. In order for you to fully realize who you are going to be, you are going to have to put yourself first. That may sound scary or even impossible, but you are going to have to. Self-care is not selfish, and the most impactful self-care that you will do is making your physical, mental, and emotional health your number one priority. You have to allow yourself time, and that means taking as much of it as you need to be healthy and where you want to be. Most childhood trauma survivors learn at an early age to put themselves second, third, or last. We were not allowed to express our wants and needs. We were not allowed to freely speak our mind, question situations, smile, cry, laugh, be sick, be happy, or enjoy childhood without experiencing abuse. When children push back to counter abuse, they are met with more hostility and punishment. Keep crying and I will hit you harder. That might as well have been my family motto. I chose this example of my agency being taken away from me not only because I would be hit for crying or expressing myself, but because it is a societal norm for boys not to be emotive. This is a prime example of how something as normal as crying is taken and our sense of self is silenced and replaced with adhering to the requirements of our abusers. I wasn't allowed to cry if I was sick, hurt, or being beat. My stepfather literally beat the ability to cry out of me. And for decades, I thought I was a sociopath. Nothing, including my own behavior, deaths of relatives and friends, or the chaos that I was cultivating in other people's lives, created any kind of emotional response in me. I was totally and completely numb. Because I was taught to silence my wants, needs, and interests as a child and adolescent, I had to make hard choices and reacquaint myself with what I needed to have a full, healthy life. My self-care routine and regimen had to be based entirely on what I needed. Identifying what I needed to do for care for myself was paramount. It was when I made a clear and concise decision to implement real self-care that I was able to make the biggest leaps and bounds in understanding who I am. Here is a list of self-care that is not selfish. Going to therapy. Leaving a partner to have the space to create change. Being kind to yourself. Sharing your wants, needs, and interests. Saying no to things that you don't want to do. moving away from people who don't support you, putting yourself first, eating healthy, getting sober, going to the gym, yoga, or exercising, meditation, writing, reading, going on trips, painting, taking walks by yourself, sitting at a museum, sleeping, cleaning, playing with puppies, or doing whatever it is that makes you happy. Putting yourself first in a healthy and thought-out way is a necessary part of the healing journey. There is growth in being uncomfortable, and you have to be of the mentality that you are willing to do whatever it takes for you to find health. Investing in yourself is self-care. Without that mentality, you are not going to move forward. Deciding to put yourself first is not about burning bridges, hurting people, or running away. It's about running towards you, with people who support you in creating a new foundation. I had to uproot my entire life because I knew that Indiana was not going to be the place that I would find my healing. The streets reminded me of the abuse that I suffered, the friends that I lost, and pain that I felt every day. I had to leave everything and everyone behind to wipe the slate clean and focus only and entirely on myself for the first time in my life. Hey, Unbroken Nation, a quick pause in today's episode to tell you about the brand new Think Unbroken app. That's right, I just released a brand new app in the App Store that you can take the first course in the Think Unbroken curriculum, The 5 Keys to Healing Trauma. It's a 7-day course for free. All you have to do is go into your App Store right now. You can pause this video and search Think Unbroken. That's on both Apple and Android. And you can take the Think Unbroken 5 Keys to Healing Trauma 7-day course for free. This is daily coaching from me. It's daily activities, daily check-ins. I built this course in this app specifically to bring huge value to you in your life, where you're at and what you're trying to do and going next and becoming the hero of your own story. So check out the App Store, again, Apple and Android. Just simply search Think Unbroken and you will see the Think Unbroken app. And until next time, my friend, be unbroken. There were too many distractions in that place, too many bad relationships, too many spilled drinks, and too many friends that didn't support my changes. If not for making the choice to leave Indiana, leave my relationship, close my businesses, drive across the country, implement all the healing practices that I mentioned earlier, and fully embrace the most intimate sides of myself, then you would not be reading this, and my life would be much different. Nothing about making a complete 180-degree turn in your life is going to be easy. And maybe you have to start at 5 degrees or 20. That's fine. It's not that you have to jump in head first. I didn't. There was over 2 years of work that I put in before I finally made the decision to take the leap by leaving everything that I knew that was home. It is your responsibility to find out who you are and to become that person. And the only way you are going to do that is by putting yourself first. Children are stripped of their agency and human rights when they are abused. Your trust, hope, love, compassion, honesty, empathy, and sympathy were taken away and replaced with fear, hurt, chaos, lies, pain, and the crushing weight of self-doubt. Different forms of self-care that help you better understand your present, past, and future are not selfish, because it is through self-care that you are taking your life back. Becoming Unbroken, my self-care. Self-care at its base is about you. Care is about doing the things that you need to do to free yourself of stress, worry, anxiety, depression, and pain. Finding and exploring healthy sources of self-care will lead you to amazing changes in your life. It is also important to understand the reasons that you are utilizing certain self-care practices. It's easy to confuse care with avoidance. Whenever participating in self-care, you have to ask yourself, am I doing this to make myself better today, or am I doing this to avoid something? I want you to write 10 self-care ideas that you can implement now that would make your life better. Self-care is so profound. And I wrote this book a while ago, and now reading it for the first time and thinking about all of the changes in my life between then and now in a short period of time, and recognizing how much I've had to double down on self care, not only because of the state of the world, but mental health shifts. I will never say that I don't have to battle anxiety or depression or any of those things, because that would be untrue. And because I do, I have to double down on self care every single day. And sometimes that self care is doing nothing. And look, I think that it's very, very important that you give yourself the space to accept that sometimes doing nothing is self care. We judge ourselves so often because we don't do all the things all the time. But long term, that's just not viable. Self care is, how do I wake up when the alarm goes off every day without hitting it 10 times? Or journaling for 10 minutes in the morning, reading 5 pages of a book, going for that walk, or taking that yoga class. Self-care is also having a cup of tea by yourself, or going to bed on time, or taking a shower, or simply putting on your shoes. One of the biggest misinterpretations that I think happens right now is people believe that the only way that they are going to heal is by doing everything at once. And I'm here to tell you, my friend, that was not my experience at all. The way I got to where I am right now was slow, steady, and methodical. So I want you to carry that with you as you head into this exercise, because one of the things that you can do is take a moment and just think about, what does self-care mean to me? And by doing these things, am I doing this to make my life better? Unbroken Nation, hope that you just got a tremendous amount of value from today's episode. I want to know what you think. Please do me a favor and review, rate, and share the episode with 3 friends on social media today. It would mean the world if you did, because ultimately at the end of the day, creating community and connection is how we heal generational trauma in the world. And I need your help to do that, Unbroken Nation. So if you're on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you are, please like, comment, share, review. I want to know not only what you like about the show, but how I can make the show better, how I can make this further about helping you on your healing journey. So do me a favor, and when you do, shoot me a screenshot of you making the review to my DM at Michael Unbroken on Instagram, so that I can have a conversation with you, say hi, and more importantly, so I can share it with the Unbroken Nation. Thank you so much, my friend.